Republican voter, this is your conscience speaking. I know you haven't heard from me in a long time, but I decided I simply have to speak up. I don't mean to bother you, because I know how you hate it when I start speaking to you about things you do not want to hear. But it is my job to occasionally bother you, especially since I know that the fat guy on the radio you listen to every day is always trying to kill me. He killed his own, and he wants to kill me and you too, but I'm not completely gone yet, and I want to say something very important to you, before you put me to death completely, and never hear from me again. So listen very carefully because I probably will not bother you anymore. If what is happening right now does not cause you to hear me, nothing on earth ever will, and that will be very sad. Because I will be completely dead and you will no longer have a conscience left anymore. The ranking Republican on the Energy Committee recently apologized to the oil giant British Petroleum for being asked to voluntarily compensate victims of the Gulf oil spill whose businesses and livelihoods were destroyed by the disaster. And since the big oil Republicans are passing out apologies, as your conscience, I would like you to ask where are all the other apologies? The ones that should have been given, but never were. Where is the apology for stealing the 2000 and 2004 elections from America? Where is the apology for the phony Iraq war that cost thousands of American lives for nothing more than more oil and Halliburton stock prices and billions in no-bid contract profits? And cost America over $1 trillion? Where is the apology for Halliburton electrical systems that were so substandard they electrocuted and killed American soldiers? Where is the apology for ignoring security memos that sat on the desk of the president warning of the Blanton's plan to hijack an American airliner and crash it into a building while George Bush was on vacation in Texas and Florida for months? Where is the apology for nullifying the Geneva Conventions and practicing Nazi-style torture to the shame of all America, and the shock of the whole world? Where is the apology for devastating the economy with phony promises of deregulation that simply allowed crooks to loot the financial system with billions in personal bonuses while millions lost their life savings and retirement funds? Where is the apology for bankrupting the saving and loan system in the 80s? Or lying to the American public about rigging the American election by actually asking Iranians to not release our hostages? Where is the apology for all the lies that were told in the 2008 election? Where is the apology for lying to America that offshore oil drilling was safe, when Republicans had passed the very laws of deregulation that made it even more dangerous than it already was? Where is the apology for killing hundreds of thousands of Iraqi mothers and children for Halliburton oil? Where is the apology for ending the alternative energy program that would have made America safe from dependency on oil to begin with over 30 years ago? Where is the apology? There is none. Not for these things, but for asking BP to voluntarily compensate victims. There is an apology from the senior ranking Republican on the Energy Committee. This is the man Republicans put in charge of your energy policy to protect the interest and welfare of all Americans and the security of the nation. This is what you vote for when you vote for a Republican. Is that really what you want for your children and their future? Do you really want a world where when a big corporation poisons your water and turns the oceans to dead seas, they apologize to the corporation that did it for being asked to do something for the people they financially destroyed and sickened with toxic chemicals? Really? And if you are still voting for Republicans, how do you sear your conscience so that you can sleep at night? What kind of lies do you have to tell yourself to make this kind of twisted malice seem logical? Obama is really a Muslim terrorist? FEMA is creating death camps to execute everyone? Yes, of course, that is what you must tell the peasants, because if they ever figure out what Republicans are really up to, these crooks will probably be tried as the criminals they really are. There is nothing patriotic or American about supporting these post-Nixon Republicans. And just because they changed their name to Tea Party Republicans and became twice as nasty as they were before, doesn't make it any better. It is time that real Americans who are Republicans demand the Republican Party change. Not simply pretend to change, but really change. And the only way you can do that is no longer vote for them until they do. That is it. That is all you can do. And if you don't do this, they will never change, and they will eventually destroy the country, if not you yourself or your own children in the process. That is why these stupid lies have to be spread through whisper campaigns and backroom internet sites. To make voting for such a malicious and self-destructive political party make sense. But they are all lies. Obama is not a Muslim, much less a Muslim terrorist. Offshore oil drilling is not safe. Fossil fuels are destroying the environment. Global warming is real. And America needs to get off of oil yesterday. If you choose to believe Republican lies, so that you can soothe your conscience and continue to justify voting for them while they literally destroy your environment, kill your children, and steal your money, the word stupid or even brainwashed does not do justice to how awful your mind has been twisted. Animals know better than you. The animals know better than even you. The animals even know. The only way you cannot know is to be simply lying to yourself. And that is very, very dangerous. Not just for you, but for your country and your children who someday will have to live in the ruins of what you left them.